Hi, I'm Karen Simmons, and today I'm going to try to show you some of the things that we put into our beach bundle. This beach bundle, we're just putting out now, so I know that it's nice to know, well, what do they use these for? I mean, I love these journals, but what goes in them? So I'm going to kind of play. I've been playing a little bit this morning with these, and I'm going to show you some of them. These are some of the journals, but let's take one by one. Now, this was one of the journals, one of the mermaid journals. I love it. All covered with mermaid scales, the front, the back. Inside, though, you have plain white paper, a nice watercolor paper that you can use acrylics, you could use watercolors, and remember that we gave you these watercolors in your bundle, and these are like pearlescent. They're all sparkly and fabulous, and so I decided to play with those and look at those for a minute. And so here's what I did. I collaged a little bit over here with the awesome papers that were in the bundle, papers that were from a surf magazine, and papers that just that we put in that you might like to use to journal. And then on this page I just used the paints and then drew a face just to show you the different things that you could do with it. I do want to show you really quickly that when you use, and I think Cindy had said this when we presented the bundle in the beginning, when you use these, just try to get your paints pretty wet. It would be nice if I would fill this spray bottle, but this is the way I kind of wet mine. And remember that we gave you this cutest little brush, and it is like a little mermaid brush. And so wet them well, and then I really travel them on there. I mean, I get them nice and absorbed in there. And then if you're gonna do one where you're just painting on it, and you can move your paint around your page, it works really great. I mean, they look beautiful when they go on, and sometimes a couple of coats look even better, and because they, as you can see, they're coming on, and they work beautifully as watercolors. I'm telling you, I just, using them before was like thrilled, and I was playing with them. You can dab them on, you know, to make design. You can work it any way you want, but they are gorgeous. But like I said, we get them pretty wet when we use them, and then right now I'm just kind of showing you how you can use them to, you know, do your page. And honestly, I like to collage first on my pages and take like these papers. Now you can use matte medium, which we use mostly on our papers. We put a little on the paper, and then we put the collage piece down, and then we put it on top again. For right now, in this one, because I move pretty quickly in this, just because we know what it's like to sit and watch a video, because we watch plenty of them. And I think it's nice to just get ideas of what's going on and not have to be, okay, I get it. And so now you can go on to the next thing. You know, and then you could take little pictures. And honestly, what I do is, this had a good picture on both sides, so I couldn't go wrong. What I like to do is put on my collage, you know, work it throughout my whole page. And I like to leave a lot of white in here too, so that some of my paints can go on of whatever I'm using. Believe me, and you can use different paints for this. I'm using the ones that come in your kit, just, you know, so that I can show you some things. And I like to rip those sides up, so it's not always so straight edge. So there you go. And then you can paint these. Oh, I'm flipping out here. And some of this gold, the gold in here is striking and awesome. And I love that once you collage, and I think there's a little bit of a shadow here, so I'm going to turn that in 1 minute. But once you collage on it, I think you can see it really comes up beautifully. And the paints are like amazing and just so shiny and awesome. And I'll show you these paints in other ways in a few minutes too, because you can use them. I'm going to try to move this over a little bit another way, because I think that I'm making a lot of shadow, and I want you to actually see the books. There you go. That seems to work out better. All right, so this is a really cool book. Again, you can do some drawings. Once that dries, you can paint over. And I did some art journaling down here. You know, it's Easter day, and so before everybody gets here and I'm throwing dinner together, I'm just showing you some of these different ways, and I'm writing what a beautiful day it is, and it's Happy Easter, and this is a great way to collage and journal. Now, another one of our journals looks like this. I love every one of these journals, and I do most of them very, you know, much the same, other than the fact that I do use, you know, different medium to put in them. Now, if you can see this, I started this, and I thought, and on black paper, every piece of paper that we gave you in this journal, and you even have coloring sheets in this journal that are so cool to use. And I'd use colored pencils or whatever you want on them, but all of these are great so that you can use your same little watercolors that we gave you. So what I wanted to show you on the black, I'm just making like the little swatches so I know, you know, what my colors could look like. And I actually could make a swatch on the black and a swatch, a little bit of one on the white. And I can see what my colors are going to be if I want to do, you know, pictures, or later I'm going to be doing, I think I got a little pink in this one and didn't clean it perfectly, but you know what? What could be better than adding a little pink to it? And to the gold, and the gold is just, I mean, I just love it every time I use it. And they don't, you know, on the video, I just don't, you don't see it sparkling as much as I see it in what you'll see in person. Get some of this off of my brush. Go on to the blue over here. And when I put the blue on, oh, it just makes such a beautiful color. And over here, I'm going to do it, and when it goes on here, it just sparkles like crazy. These are just the coolest colors. And you know, you can do your little circles with them, and you can do, let me see if I can clean this off a little and get a little white on here. I'm just showing you that inside these journals, you can do the collaging that I did before. You can do painting in it. You can do doodles. You can do actual painting. But as you can see, it just one thing after another. I could sit here all day and just play with these, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you can do inside these and how cool it can look, and you know, the different ideas. And you always, I go back to the idea of journaling in there, and I like also doing some, as I told you before, a little bit of collage, you know, inside the book. And this is the beach journal, but I'm just going to still throw this piece of down here, which I normally would probably, you know, tear those edges a little bit. And then I'm going to put this little mermaid and stamp her in here. And then down below, I would do my writing, you know, about a beautiful day on the beach, and you know, the things I might want to do for the week, or what's been going on in my world. So, you know, just using stamps and stencils and the things, mostly everything that I'm showing you, we have given you so that you can do different things with it. I'm going to lay this over here to dry and show you. I love this journal, and it's a little different from the others. And when I open it up, I want to show you first that inside each page opens like this, and so you have a long area that you can use to do different things, the collaging, the journaling, the painting, and just different ways that you can add to it. I'm going to use maybe some acrylics just to change it up a little, but I want to show you that around the edges, what we used was, this is Distress Oxide from a little stamp pads, and these are from Tim Holtz, and I love these little stampers, but we use them to get some of the ink on there, and then we go around the edges to give it like just a kind of a vintagey, but a finished kind of look all around your edges. And you can see it's really quick to do, but it's mindless. I think a lot of this is just something that you do to create, and you can clear your mind and just enjoy your day. And you know, it goes all around the edges of each page. And if I look at each one of those, I mean, each one of these closes up, and you go to the next one, and then there's another one that opens up the same way. So I'm going to open up this first one, and I do want to tell you that between the two, there are little places where you can put cards. Or let's say you finish and you say, oh, I want to use this paper later again. You can stick this paper in so that a little bit of it sticks out. You can, you know, put little other things in there. You can decorate even the outside of this, and maybe this guy's leaning right. I think this guy'd be a good guy to be leaning right there, and you could glue that in on that page. You know, make it some more of that beachy kind of vibe for this one. And especially I love, and I'll show you again, that wraparound that goes on it that closes it. But so there's that. And then when you open it, I think for this one, I may do it a little differently. I'm going to take a different brush, and I'm going to add, I threw some acrylics just on a plate, and I might even mix some of these and show you. I mean, you could do, you know, somewhat of a kind of a sunset up here if you wanted, and you could have a little bit of your, you know, your water coming in below, and I'm painting this kind of upside down for you. And so my waves are not the way I would normally be doing them. And I'm just gonna put some blue down here. All right, so let's just say you were putting some things in. I mean, I go to the beach regularly. I'm lucky enough to be able to live in a place where I can kind of do that. And oh, sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, I could write about that sunset right now, or you know, the waves as they're coming and breaking on shore and stuff. So I could write a little up here. I could write across the middle. I could add pictures. When it dries and I can move on, that's when I would add some, you know, marks to it that might look like this to decorate. And, you know, groups of 3 or something that, you know, people tell you that things can go in the groups of 3. I'm going to add a little of this pink. I love this pink. And I may, you know, even just put a little of that going through here down at the bottom, and turn this just into a complete little design. But let's say you do all of that and then totally dries. Then you can stencil on it, you can stamp on it. They just make the greatest pages. And I would be journaling all through here. Any place that you see, like the little, and I like the white areas, and do some journaling on it, okay? I'm gonna put that right over, but just remember, each one of these closes up and you have another, you know, you could do each one differently. You could do one whole long set, but, and I'm even gonna throw that down and let that dry, because what I want to do, even when they go together like this, they work perfectly. So I'm going to take this out, but again, I want to show you how this one closes up, because I love this. So this whole journal closes up with kind of a little beach shells that we painted the insides, and that's a whole nother project, collecting or just getting yourself some shells and have a beach day at your house, even if you're in my one other favorite state of Montana. So, and you don't have that kind of a beach that you're going to, go get some shells, you know, send for some shells, and then a couple of little beads, and oh, it makes it so fun. And so that is that journal I wanted to show you. And this little journal, all out of a paper bag. And when you open it, each place has a place where you have cards that you can pull out. Lots of different ideas of things to create on every card. You could make your cards into little tags and do tags on each one. And you can use, again, your paints that we gave you to show up on the black there. I mean, I could just go crazy with this one. But don't forget, you also, for this one, because it has a little secret compartment, you can take that cover off, and you have an entire little craft kind of paper that you can do another journal on. I mean, it's just journaling, creating, drawing. I mean, if you like to draw, these are perfect little areas for that. But if you don't, and you just like the idea of creating with different paints or collaging or using stickers. I mean, we use stickers on these to make them fun. And I'm going to put a sticker at the top of this one. And then I'm just going to say that I'm going to pull that out. And I'm going to, I can't stop. See, I mean, I need to stop so you guys can get an idea of different things that you could do on here. And I want you to be able to see some things that you could create with, and then you could write down here, and you can pull these together, and you could take your shell, and we'll put that shell. Let me see how I want to do this. I'm going to, I don't know if it's going to show up though, but we'll put a little paint on it and see if that, and then I'll wash that right off. But we'll see if a shell can show up here and how much fun that would be, to do some of those kinds of decorating with. And now I want to do shells all the way down and make them look really sharp. And now I love this. And I would be writing, and maybe even all around the shells. The other thing I do love is in this group, you are going to get a gel pen, colored gel pen. I got a black one, I think, in mine, but you can use these little gel pens and you can write with them. What we love is this little pen, which is a white kind of Uniball pen. And I could write all around this, like happy, and I just used this one, and I think, but we'll see. Happy Easter, love this day. I'm actually gonna have my neighbors come over. And I know Cindy's out with her family today. Love this day. Guess what? The sun is shining, and we've talked to everyone in our family, and everyone is well. I mean, and then, you've got these little cards, and as I said, you could cut them into little tags, or you can just make them into cards. But the neat thing is, when they dry, which of course I'm trying to show you and show you where you could put these too, but you can put them right back in your little books, and there you go, and there you have it. This closes up, and your little gel pen will fit right in there. I mean, now you've seen, just a couple of different things that you can do inside the journals. And don't forget, we have two more I want to show you. This is our mermaid, and you can see we've started putting on her scales, and you're going to get a bag of the scales, and really all you're going to do is take those scales out, put some glue on them, and just start. And I tear them apart, and then I just put them on like this all the way to either end. And then we gave you a different kind so that you can see the different layers of them, and you're going to just, pop them on and then put them across for the next layer. So each layer then will cover all of your mermaid. Can you see that? I'm having so much fun. I'm not caring whether you see it or not. But it is, it's so much fun. And they're beautiful. And this is a tag. You could put ribbon in here. And it just makes for the cutest mermaid. She could go in some of your books or in some of your other, in your larger journals. And she could be a tip-in that you use washi tape, and she just, hides whatever's behind it, all of, your cute notes. And this is the last one I'm going to show you, which is just a cute little addition to this, like a little keychain with all our little fish down here. You can write notes on it. You can stamp it. You can washi, use washi. And some of you are like, this washi tape, if you're not familiar, it comes in all different ways. This is some Dina Wakley, I'm sure, because I have a lot of her things. And since I was using purples and shells and things on that, I just want to show you that I would just put like a piece there, and then it's got some people on it, and that would add to that little piece that I'm going to add into my journal after I write a few things on it. So So that's a cute way of adding to it. I hope you love our beach journal and our beach bundle and all of the different journals that are in it. Don't forget, we have also given you a little clip that goes with it, and it seems to also go perfectly with this page. Please go to etsy.com, Bag Ladies Art. Look over the beach journal, and don't forget our vintage travel journal. They are both so much fun to do with someone to share. You know, take them apart, send one as a gift for someone that would love to create also. And most of all, have another beautiful, great day. Bye.